Hello and welcome to the Drunken Gamer. I don't even know what episode I'm on. I think this would be 8. So we're gonna build a smelting facility on this world. It's funny, I was actually building the solar belt here in the last episode, and actually by the time I was done, I only had 4 wind turbines left. So I just finished that up, and this is actually only a few minutes. I was going to do a lot of more stuff off camera, but I don't have the parts. I'll have to actually fly between worlds, so I'm not too worried about that. I've got lots of power coming in now, so looks like here. Let's let these finish off. So without any solar panels on the main belt, and done. We're still producing 70 megawatts. We're using 7. We're using a tenth of what we're producing without any of this running. I mean, just the wind power alone is powering pretty well. That's not the button I wanted. This one. So wind energy ratio is only 40%. So this planet does not produce much power in the wind area, but 112% solar, which is kind of nice. So okay, so that should be the last of the solar panels actually powered, and nothing in this area that is lit has any power. So right now we are running completely on wind, and we have 62.8 megawatts. That should be plenty for starting out what we're going to do. So the plan, I don't really need any of these. I mean, there's stone, there's plenty of stone. I'm not worried about specific resource collecting anymore, other than from veins. These collections, it's not really worth my time right now anymore. So let's go ahead and build. We'll need an orbital, not an orbital collector, interstellar logistics system. Thank you. Hi. And he wants M&Ms. So we're gonna go ahead and build the first section right here, and smelting. So let's start. Where's the change? All the way down there. Looks like this section, it's clear up here when it finally changes. So let's start right there, and we'll have that be an edge. So we will need conveyors coming in. We'll just run it along this line. So this will be stuff coming back. Owie! Let's see, and then smelters. Come on, smelter. We're going to start them there. So the first thing we're going to bring in iron. So we'll make iron ingots first thing. And so we need to have, we're going to do a fast belt. Come on. Right through here. So we'll bring it into this, going out there. And so fast belt coming out will be filter 1. No, come on. There. And first thing we're going to bring in is iron ore. This one will be only bringing in iron ore. So we want remote demand, local demand, everything. This is where iron ore comes. And look at that. Look at all the ships already coming here. This one has 0 ships to send out. Those are just the supply ships being sent out. But while we're here, this one will have its own supply ships. We should probably power it to be able to utilize those ships, huh? So let's bring this up, and then you will be powered by that corner. Voila. And now, as soon as they get powered up, see the ships leaving? Sweet! And they're going to go get some more iron ore. So we're going to be full of iron ore here very quickly. I believe, what is the capacity of these level 3 belts? Transport speed 30 per second. 12 per second, 6 per second. Oh wow, so 30 per second. And the smelting speed of this is 1 second. So really, we can only go 30 smelters. And bam, we've already got our first delivery. Look at all those. Look at all that iron coming in. Okay, so I guess we just do 30 of these, right? Per belt. So since we're gonna have, I'll have to have 2 belts, huh? What if we do this? So we actually don't want this there, and we're gonna take that whole belt out. And we need a level 3 belt coming out, also iron ore, to here, to there. And then this belt, no, level 3, will be a second layer of iron. And then this one going back in, only needs to go to there, to there, to there. And it will be supplying iron ingots to everywhere, anywhere that needs them. And then, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're a third of the way there. 11, 12, 13. Alright, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Alrighty. So there's our 30 smelters. We'll just connect all those. And we'll need to run level 3s. Come on. From there, all the way down to, well, really, middle. Unless we figure out a way to go, come on, what's it? Hop over that. Is that difficult? I don't think this can go any faster. So, and then we want to connect everything with these. I probably should have brought more of these, huh? Because we're going to go through a ton of these sorters. No? What did we do? No, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, there. So, and we're also going to need power for all of these. Dang it. Click, 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 click. You gotta click, 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 click. You know, versus the click, click, click. And there. So, this will be interesting. I'm wondering, dang it, with 30 per second, in theory, I'm gonna need this outside line, the supply line to the iron, to be, well, the problem is we're not always going to need full belt worth, right? Because at first, yeah, it'll every one of them smelting, they'll fill up the belt, but eventually they're going to fill up the facility that it's going to hold that 10,000 and be done, and I'm not going to be using it. So unless I'm using, I guess ultimately, so this will eventually be producing lots, because I'm guessing eventually I'm going to be using lots, right? So I should probably upgrade that line, because the 30 smelters, they're going to fill the line up. Don't need that last piece. And then we're going to actually put, I can't build those right now, so we're going to put these here. There. Make sure, yep, there, that'll work. There. There. So this is just one line we're setting up right now. And we're obviously already set up to have a second line. Bam. And instantly, bam. Those are all running, sucking all that iron ore out, and it's not even making it past here. Why? Shouldn't it make it past there? Because it's supposed to be 30 per second, right? This one's not 30 per second, obviously, so yeah, it filled up, but what happens when we upgrade this line? And upgrade it again? Now, it should be able to supply everything, and they should be 30 per second. Those use 1 per second. Okay. So they were just filling up because they have a storage. Yeah, they like to have like 5 or 6, so it was using extra. But now that those extras are filled up, they are still getting to the very end. Look at that. Perfect. And then this will fill up very quickly, even just on one line. And we're going to have multiple lines of this stuff. So I want at least 2 lines of just the iron ingots. I mean, each one of these you can have, what, 9 lines? 12 lines. There's 3 per side. There's 4 sides. So 12 lines coming out. So if we have 2 lines coming out and 1 line going in on each side, you know, those 2 lines, oh, but we still got to have a line going in for this one. So like this one will provide a whole nother line of these, and I need 1 going in, 2 lines coming out, 1 going in, 2 lines coming out, 1 going in, and we just have 2 lines left over. So we'll see how that works. But that is working pretty well. This is filling up very quickly just with the 1 line. But there we go. So we'll set up a couple more lines of these. So the next one will also be iron ingots, but then the one after that, I think I'm going to do... Oh, the steel will be different actually, because we'll need like maybe 1 line coming out, and then it's double processed, and 1 line going in for steel. Maybe that's what we'll use the last 2 lines for. So these 2 lines, so we'll have a line of smelters. So we're going to shift click that. And so we've got, come on. You know, we should have known that we're going to use just 2 or 3 belts. I should have just kept those. And then we'll need this going in. But to actually go in, we need to go in there. The other option is to jump over these and then like combine into that somehow and go in, or like maybe go this way and combine. But this is already a full level 3 belt line just from that one, and so unless we let it be full, there's no sense in having 30 smelters, because we can go 15 smelters, and then that line would still be full. So we got to actually have separate lines to make this worth it. And eventually we might actually be, I don't know, maybe we'll find a way to utilize this much iron in the future. This is the furthest I've ever played in this game, so it's I'm learning along with playing this. So I haven't played further in another save. This is literally the farthest save I've played in. So I'm learning as I go. So you guys are watching me learn. So seeing how I figure this stuff out, and obviously I've seen some other videos and have learned some things, hence the equator solar belt that I learned from Skystorm, this whole smelting planet idea that I got from JD Plays. It made sense, so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do that in my world, in my build. I'm not counting anymore because I counted that first one, and I should just be able to line it up. And this is being on the same grid, it should be the same number. Once we go to this grid, I'll have to count again, which is fine. But we're not on that grid yet. So it's not a big deal. But I don't know, it's kind of a cool idea. So I get these ideas from these other YouTubers. Why did I not shift click? Oh man, I've got to set the well, that's annoying. Luckily, they provide an easy copy-paste solution. Less than and greater than. But I meant to shift-click all this stuff, so it was already set up. I'm like, why are these all asking for power, and the ones that have power are asking for recipe? There we go. Okay, so and you know, some of the ideas I've come up on my own. Like, I don't know, what did I come up with my own? Maybe you guys have noticed some setups. The initial starter base was from, I think it was it Nylos? But that wasn't my own idea, I just went with it, so I guess, I don't know if you're learning anything original on this channel. Maybe you are, and I'm not paying attention. Hopefully you learn, at least get some entertainment out of it. One thing I do like to do is I like research everything. I do the same thing in Factorio, and even Civilization games. I go after a few specific things early on because that helps me, but then once I get into the game further, I just start researching fucking everything, and I just spiral my research out sometimes. Or if you've played Civilization Beyond Earth, a lot of times the way I research is I hunt down all the stuff for whatever, what is it? The harmony, purity, and supremacy. Can't remember what they call that, but I have a tendency to start, whatever I've decided to play for that game, I have a tendency to just start hunting down the research for that stuff and going with it. So these ones I'm actually going to go every other. So it'll be, see how they're offset? So it'll be ding, 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 the zigzag through. That way it's a nice coverage. You use less of these towers. I mean, yeah, you could make it to where they're straight across from each other and it's nice and uniform, but fuck it. I kind of like the offset every other one too. So there we go. Now we're going to have, and since the building's already full of iron ingots, obviously, because they just filled up the belt and they stopped. So we have lots of iron ingots already ready to go in the system. Apparently we don't have enough iron ore coming in the system to supply just what we're using. Look at that. We only have 400 coming, and it's gone. Look at that. That's crazy. So the other interesting thing about this kind of setup, however, with the two belts, I actually like doing the two belt thing a lot. I'm going to run out of these very quickly, because this belt now can provide for that thing, and this belt can provide for that thing. So you get the ability to double provide and see, oh, we just got another load. But however, these guys can keep running, because if you notice, this belt was still full. So it just kind of, it's more of a redundant feature. It's not necessarily needed, but sometimes it comes in handy. So all of your smelters will always, as long as one of these belts is getting product, all of your smelters will be supplied with the raw ore. And if you've looked at my other factory setups, you'll see I've done this a lot. I like running two belts because it runs, you just get more resources through. And oops, no, right there we go. And it's more of a redundancy thing. That's not always needed. In fact, most of the time I think with this situation it probably wouldn't be needed. But hey, you know what? One belt is full, one belt is empty. Let's make sure the smelters that can still smelt have the ore to smelt. Right? If that's what it's doing. And yes, it uses a ridiculous amount of these sorters, and I'm probably going to run out before I get very far, and I'm going to have to go back to my home planet just to get the resources to get more of these things. Because with these with smelters, there's no real reason to use the higher sorters, the higher tier sorters, because the lowest tier are enough to supply these. And that is why we go one space further than we normally need to, because this guy needs it. There we go. So now everybody has resources. See, these guys are still pulling in from that second line, and that way both lines are supplying both rows of smelters, and voila. And we just got another, and it should split. We're gonna need to get some more in the system, but now we've only got 20 of these left, so we're gonna run out of sorters before we run out of smelters. But so this is the basic idea. So have one big tower, you bring in the resource that you're going to be using on this tower, sending out the other resources. So I'll only need one of these spots. In theory, we'll just need to get some more mines coming in, so we'll need some more suppliers. And I guess we can throw these in this system real quick. There's no need to hang on to that. But that's for future expansions. I mean, when we go out to mine stuff, we'll just set up mines, set up one of these interstellar logistics towers. We'll just put a mine over here. Why not save? How far are we into this game? Playtime 41 hours into this. Granted, remember, there's a couple times that I've actually left it running and I wasn't actually here. I went out to make a drink and then got distracted talking to people or whatever, and didn't come back for 4 hours. So there's probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours of that time that's not actual playing. I just standing there and I'm away from the computer. But most of that 41 hours I actually have been playing. Yeah, I think there's just stone on this planet. Every now and then you might get some silicon, I bet. And see, stone. So, like, collecting these, there's no real point. I don't think I've ever gotten anything but stone from this specific planet. So I'm not... Those are just kind of curiosity. Yeah, it's all just stone. So, there's no need for it here. But... some planets, you know, you get all the special ores. You get like titanium from the home planet, even though there's no titanium mines. There's no silicon mines, but you get silicon sometimes. You also get the, what is that, carp? What is that other special ore for diamonds? Kimberlite. You get kimberlite ore sometimes, and every great now and then you get coal too, which is interesting, but it's fine. We don't need that stuff. So the next row of smelters. So we're gonna have. We got 2 more out of this section, which we're going to need some more of these. So we need 1 in, and we're going to need 2 out again. So we'll have this be the in, and we're going to run right on the other side of these power poles. So why not to there, to there, to there? That will be the in. Out will also be iron. And in between, we'll go smelter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh wait, you know what we should do before we get too far? Close that. X, 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 X. These ones are going to be making magnets. I don't know how often this is going to be needed in the system, but we'll have 1 line of these. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess technically 2 lines. So 1 line to me is both sides. So it's 2 lines, but it's yeah. This is my view on it. Is that whole thing that we already built? This is 1 line. This is 1 line of smelters, because to me you want both sides of a belt covered. And granted, I run 2 belts in between, but it's just bear with me. This is how I think. So there's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So we're only going to have one line of these being produced, which yeah. And oh, well, that's the wrong direction. It needs to go this direction. Ooh, glad I paid attention to that before I actually clicked. And then we'll probably have some more lines of the iron ingots, because eventually we're gonna be using a lot of those. And then so this needs to go here, here, and then over. And unfortunately, this needs to go from here, filter 1, all the way to there, and then over. So we'll have to go. So this one won't be quite the same alignment. So we'll be one off. And we want to go all the way to the end. And actually, because I like symmetry, since we can't put this one in, I'm going to wipe it out. I'm going to put this one directly across from that. And we'll need to add one to the other end. Oh, cancel. What are we doing? No. Whoa. I don't know what the hell that was. What did I click? So we're not going to count because we know we're at 29. So we're just going to match that same row, and we'll put one on the end extra to go back to 30. Because remember, these are 30 per second. And oh wait, what is the time for the magnets? 1.5 seconds. Fuck. So we could actually go further with these, since the belt will transmit 1 per second, and we're only using 1 per every 1.5 seconds. So really, we can go to 45 of these. And so we're going to go all the way to there. And come all the way back up here. Where's it at? There. Come all the way down. So really, even when we get full, why did that not choose starting position? What happened? Did we run out? We've only got 104. Did we go further than 100? We shouldn't have gone 100. Collide, click to build, click to build, click to build, click to build. Out of build range. There. That was too far. For now. I may expand this to the 45 later, like it says that we can. We should be able to do. That's kind of cool. Clicky, you fucker. There to there. And then we've only got 21 left. We're not going to make it all the way back. Lack of item. Look at that. So we need to get some more resources before we can even finish this out. And we're only on our second line. And we're definitely going to need more of these. So this is interesting. So this is actually probably going to be a shorter episode. Well, you know what? How about we wipe out what we have, and then we go to the other planet. So this to there, this to there, this to there. We don't have enough. And should we? We should. Well, problem is, these are the ones that can actually function. So we'll just do this. Go as far as we can, giving both connections, both sides, until we run out. So we want this one there, and lack of item, we're already out. Look at that. And we don't have any more tier 3 belts, we've only got tier 2s. And magnets are already full? Oh, we're not supplying magnets yet. Let's supply magnets. Local supply, remote supply, there we go. And then the other thing that we'll supply is steel. So if we wanted to, we could probably bring in another iron ore storage if we needed to on this one tower. The thing is, and JD Plays actually also, hopefully I'll remember to link his video that when he explains all this. If one isn't enough to supply. I mean, you got 10 ships to supply, and if you happen to supply power to your mining facilities that are also sending, where you're collecting stuff, there's another 10 ships to be able to supply. If you're not supplying power to those, depending on how much power you have on the planet that you're mining from, the other option is to actually build another one of these facilities, just like straight sideways, because these guys can go pretty much right next to each other. I mean they're huge, so you got to have the space for the top there. But so if I just stuck that there, once it gets built, I can have another iron ore coming in, and then just run belts from this straight to that, and use three belts, and instead of setting up more things. So like the other thing, I can have 2 belts coming out for iron ore again, for the steel, and 1 coming in. So that still gives me straight 2 belts that I could just set up for this tower and have 2 belts supplying iron ore. So that is technically an option. The other option is to just build another one of these facilities. Same setup, just on the other side. I mean, I can go 2 belts down, run more lines this same direction here, along this same path. Oh, something didn't get built. And I've got all this space. I can have 2 more lines. Let's see, so the next one's going to be steel, right? So there's 2 lines. We need 1 going in, 1, 2 coming out, 1 going in. Oh, we need another one going in for this, actually, don't we? For these. So we're going to have 1 belt going in. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 going out, 2 going in. That's actually perfect for steel. We'll just do that. So, but still, we can have just 3 lines going this direction. So we can actually put another one of these and have 3 lines going this other direction. The exact, like a mirrored setup of this side. Like these will come out, down, around. Like, here, I got plenty of these belts. So, we'll need another belt coming in from these, supplying the magnets, and then we'll have a belt coming out of iron ore. No, that's not the right direction. The next belt will be the belt going in of steel, which, conveniently enough, I mean, like, look, you know what? I've got all these belts. I can just upgrade later when I get the belts. Well, we might as well use these ones because they're already half upgraded. Zip to zip. And then upgrade that. So there's that belt. So that's magnets going in. Okay, we're going to upgrade you. Now we're out of tier 3 belts, yeah. So the next one going in will be steel, right? Zip, 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 zip. So this will be a steel belt going in. Excuse me. Random sneeze, I guess. I apologize for that. And then, so smelters. You build that fucker. Thank you. So that will be steel, right? To build steel, we need a smelter making iron. And we'll just use this for now. Okay, so those are too close. That's why I was testing. So that needs to be 1 space further away. So that one's too close, so there. So, and then this one will be making iron plates. And this one needs the belt coming out, going by. And there'll be another belt coming out, going by. And then we'll duplicate that. We'll have that guy there, and that guy there. So the next belt coming out. So So we need iron. What the hell? Why aren't you playing nice? Iron coming out to there. Iron coming out to there. And then another steel line coming in. What the hell? Clicky, fucker. Clicky. Clicky. Still going in. And that is all the ports on that facility. So the next, if this ends up not being producing enough of any one of those things, we can literally do a mirror on this other side, do another one of these interstellar logistics stations, like as close as we can, and do the exact same setup going the other direction, mirrored, and have the same facility going the other way. And to be honest, if we need, this is plenty of magnets to produce where everything. Oh, we need power. We need a space between this. So this all needs to be moved one space over. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. But you get you get the point. If we, we can do the same thing mirrored, or if this is plenty of magnets for more than we'll ever use, we can do another line of iron ingots, and we'll have iron ingots, steel. Or if we need to do a secondary steel, we can change this to iron ingots and have this one steel and go further north. I mean, we've got options. And this is just this one section. I mean, this small section of this planet. I mean, if you look at this. So even if we mirrored it, we would have to there and about to there. We still have all of the rest of this planet to build more. And we can do, we still got copper, we can do the silicon, we can do the stone. We've got a ton of space on this planet. This is a great planet for this option. So we have lots of options here. So I'm going to go ahead on off camera. I'll go ahead and go to the other facility, or the other planets, get more resources, finish out this thing. I'll move this over. So this line I actually need to delete because I need to go one line over. Why did that not? Okay. And just so I don't forget, I kind of already fucked all this up. There. So I'll reset up the steel, moved it one space over with the power options, but you get the point. I mean, we're going to have a ton of space on this planet, and we're going to be able to run our entire Dyson sphere off of this. This is going to be pretty cool, and hopefully soon. What the hell happened there? Fucking auto, the saving like jacked me up. And I know I'm doing it straight across, and then the next level is going to be the same as that one. It's going to be offset. So I'm going to go, zigzag, straight, zigzag. Don't ask, it works. Power, everything's got power. This guy doesn't have power. Why doesn't he have power? Maybe I do need a zigzag. Power. That guy. And so if we zigzag, that would be this line and that line. Okay. So we'll zigzag. So that means we need to click on all of these and take them out. So off camera, I'm going to go ahead and rebuild some of what we just built. Maybe? Does it really matter? Should I do it off camera? Should I do it next episode? I guess, if you're learning something, great, but actually the point of these isn't necessarily to learn something so much as it is to just be entertained. Hopefully you're entertained by my ramblings. So this is an exit line. So this line doesn't need to go all the way over. Whee! Out of build range. Fuck off. This is a huge area, isn't it? Click to build. Yes. That's what I want. Collide with other object. Why? There we go. So, yeah. I'll go ahead and finish this out. Go get some more supplies, and I'll be back. So next episode, I should be back on this planet, and with more resources. So until then, drink responsibly, folks. Obviously, if you're underage, you shouldn't be drinking. But if you are overage, enjoy.